Greetings, thrill seekers and fine arts enthusiasts. Hey, I've been buying some clocks lately. These are ones I've had. Got them out here displayed in the old office room. But here's one I picked up yesterday. It didn't run. I didn't really do that much to it. But it's Ian Welch Clock. Ian Welch was in business for a while, up until almost the 1900s, and then Sessions Clock bought the company, and then they started making Sessions clocks. But before Sessions, Ian Welch made clocks. Elijah Welch died in 1887, so I don't believe they made too many clocks after that. But anyway, I got this one from a guy, and I cleaned it up, took it apart, cleaned it up. Let me open it up and show you what it is. Beautiful gingerbread style clock. Got some patina on the clock dial. She's running. Kind of buffed it out. I like the idea that it's still got the original glass, and then a lot of times that doesn't make it through the years. I would say this clock right here is from about 1885, I'm guessing. And keeps perfect time. Had to do a couple of things to make it go. I put a new suspension spring in it while I had it apart. And I'll show you another one that I got too. Hold on a sec here. I also picked up this old Schoolhouse Clock right here. It's not as pretty as some of the clocks I got, but it's running good. Seems like it keeps pretty good time. This one was not running either. I also put a new suspension spring on this one. I don't think this clock had ran in quite a few years. I took the movement out and soaked it in some dishwashing liquid for a while and some hot boiling water. And yeah, it took right off. There's a couple of things that's cosmetically wrong with it. One of them is the face, or this bezel right here is a little bit cattywampus, if you see. I think the clock had fell. I cut the glass for it, also made this latch. Hold on. That's not an earth tremor, that's just me messing around there. Okay, I made this latch for it in the back. Pops open. Alrighty. Yeah, she's got some patina. Put the glass in her. Cut the glass last night. I think one thing I did mess up is I probably could have straightened the bezel out a little better before I cut the glass, but I didn't. Cut the glass for the bottom here. This is, I don't know if I said this or not, but this is probably an early 1900s Seikosha. These clocks were pretty common back in the day. They're made in Japan. And the company Seikosha actually turned into Seiko. They make, Seiko's still in business today as far as I know. They made fine quartz wristwatches and different things. But yeah, I picked that one up. Pretty nice old clock right there. Here's another Schoolhouse Clock I got a while back from Picker's Paradise up in Niles, Michigan. Got a nice price on that one. It doesn't have a chime or anything. This would have been used for an office or a school. And it's from 1918, I believe. Runs like a top. It's a Seth Thomas. Nice clock. Too bad I got it hanging on the old basement wall here, but that's the only place I'm running out of room for my clocks. And yeah, she's a nice one. Here's another clock I recently got. I also found this one up at Picker's Paradise in Niles, Michigan. When I found it, the case was pretty dirty. And also, somebody had the clock movement apart, and there were parts, the flywheel from the gong, or was laying down at the bottom, and when I got it apart, there was a nut missing off the corner of the movement, and some of the parts were kind of hanging, dangling in there. So I got it all apart and put the movement back together and took it and cleaned the movement. And the guy had on the ticket, he had, this was a W.C. Davis clock. But when I got it apart, I found this was a George B. Owens clock. Now, George Owens was the general manager of Gilbert Clock Company back in the day. And then about in the 1870s, on the side, he built clocks in the back of his house. He had a clock company, and he built these clocks. I own two of these clocks. This one, and if you can see one sitting back there, that's also a George B. Owens clock right there. I was really surprised to find this clock at the antique shop, and I got it at a really good price. It cleaned up. Took a little real fine steel wool to the finish and got some of the black off of it and shined it up with a buffing wheel, and cleaned the movement up real nice, and it keeps real good time. Let's open it up and see what's going on inside there. Alrighty, look at this. One thing about a George B. Owens clock, he used, for the clock cases, he used walnut. Yeah, she's running pretty good right there. And I think with the dial and the bezel right there, he wanted to have it open like that so you could see it operate. I don't believe that's a mistake on the dial or something's missing. I think that he wanted the open escapement. And there's no gong. This Owens clock and the other one I have both have nickel bells on them. Sound kind of nice. Here's another clock we have hanging in our living room. I recently found down at exit 76 down south of Indianapolis. It's a German clock. It was hanging there for a while, and move into it a little bit. Keeps really good time. This is a Schlinker and Kinsel clock is what this is. They were both clockmakers. Kinsel married into the Schlinker family or one or the other, and they formed this company that made this clock right here. And it's a really pretty clock. I don't think there's too much missing on it. And you know, a funny thing about a German clock is it doesn't take much to wind it. A couple of winds and it's ready to go. Let's open it up and see what's going on inside. Got the big old pendulum there. Yeah, she keeps right on the money. I can lay in bed and hear this thing gonging right on the money every morning. I copied this from the internet right here. One of these days I'm going to glue this on the back of this clock here, and so somebody maybe in the future knows what it is. But as you can see, the logo in the center there with the wings, that's on the clock movement. All right. And last but not least, we have this New Haven clock. It's, I'm going to guess, early 1870s. It's an 8-day clock. They made a lot of 30-hour clocks back in those days. Oh, from maybe after the Civil War up and through the 1870s, you'll find a clock similar to this. It has the clock case and everything. But the 30-hour clocks, you wind them here and there. The 8-day clocks, you got to have a little bit more room for springs, so they put the winders down there. Now, I bought this from a young lady up in Michigan a while back. Good price on it. It didn't run. It had fell off a shelf. This corner had came apart. That's my lovely wife right there. That's my great grandma right there. Boy, I got a million questions for her if she was still alive today. Alrighty. Yeah, well, like I was saying, this was all boogered up right here. The veneer was pulled back. The clock movement came away from the clock case and was just laying in there. So also the finish on it was black. And I cleaned the finish off with some steel wool. This thing keeps time right to the minute. And yeah, I've got two of these clocks. One of them is called the Octagon Prize, and it has a little bit different clock case, but it has the same movement in it. It doesn't have an alarm. This one has an alarm. It's kind of funny. I don't know. This alarm, you would use a key like this, number 3 key, to, let me see if I can wind it. It would go here. Oh yeah, sing to me, baby, sing. And you would wind it up like this. I like to wind it up so it goes off about 3 in the morning. It makes the wife proud of me. All right, there you have it. There's a few of my clocks that I've been working on here lately. Hope you enjoyed this video. And take care. Bye now.